Why men need to pay on the first date. I know I'm a woman in this video, but first hear me out, gentlemen, okay? No need to get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger, but hear me out. Imagine that you're on a first date and you have those fluttery and excitement jitters, and there's one burning question that you just won't quit in your head. Who really picks up the tab? This is a question that I have been asked literally thousands of times in my YouTube videos, in my Instagram, and everywhere. I mean, interviews everywhere. And I will say, it can be a very confusing topic. And you're probably asking yourself, do I whip out my wallet and cover the bill? Should we go Dutch and split it down the middle? In fact, I've even been asked, will offering to pay offend the woman in this day and age? Okay, I'm gonna cover all of this because I get that this can feel like a tricky one, gentlemen, and I want to just give you the inside thoughts of a woman. And women are becoming more and more empowered, and it's amazing, but I can see how it also affects the dating community so much. And the topic of first date payments are so complex as ever now because women want to be so empowered and they want to do the same things that men do, but then when the check comes, they think the man has to pay for it all the time, right? And so I get why it could be frustrating. I can get why it can get you confusing, but this is going to be a video I want you to hear me out with. Let me cut through the confusion and lay it straight out. Yes, guys, it's a gentleman's duty to foot the bill on the first initial outing, especially if you're asking her out on a date. I'm here to give you the lowdown as to why, so first hear me out before you get any judgment, if you have any, okay? And if not, thank you for not having any and sticking around for me because I really want you to hear me out. I have some good stuff that women have actually told me about. And if this is your first time viewing, I guarantee you that you're gonna get tons of information on this channel, so definitely hit that subscribe button. As my name is Apollonia Ponti, I'm a dating and relationship and attraction coach for men, and I have helped so many men attract high quality women and lead them into high quality relationships and sustainable relationships, which is most important. So picking up the tab on the first date, why you need to do it and why you'll lose points if you don't, gentlemen. So let me tell you about my client, okay? Let's call him Ryan, who had recently met this incredible woman. He really liked her. She was, in his words, his dream girl, right? Sparks flew, conversations had flowed, and everything seemed to be falling really into place. But then came a conversation that threw him for a loop, okay? And this actually happens to a lot of guys. They were chatting casually when she mentioned something that struck a chord with Ryan. She emphasized the importance of feeling equal in a relationship and really just being respected by her partner. And so when a lot of men hear this, they're like, okay, she wants to be equal, so then that means 50-50. Now, these are sentiments we've all heard before, right? Nothing out of the ordinary here, okay? But suddenly, Ryan found himself in like a whirlwind of uncertainty. He was like, shoot, what am I gonna do? How do I handle this? What do I say? The very idea that had never crossed his mind before was now looming large. What would she think if he offered to pay for the entire dinner bill or the bill on their upcoming date or on the date right then and there? He then asked me, Apollonia, I need your advice, like right now. I was all set to cover dinner, just doing what I thought was just normal. But now, after I've talked to this woman, she's talking about equality and respect, and she wants to be an equal partner, and I'm second guessing everything. Will she see it as a sign that I don't view her as an equal if I pay? And this was such a great question because so many men are asking this. And now this wasn't just any run-off-the-mill dilemma for Ryan. This was a full-blown, literally question in his head. And all of a sudden, this questioning of his every move in his dating game became frantic for him. And he was never really like that. So let me tell you guys, he wasn't alone, right? And that's why I wanted to make this video. It's a scenario that I've seen countless men find themselves grasping at because they're just, in today's world, it's ever-evolving landscape of dating with notions of this gender equality and forefronting of societal disclosures. The lines between chivalry and equality can sometimes blur into a gray area, which I literally believe in that separation of both. I believe that a man has a place in this world just as much as a woman has a place in this world, but we're two different individuals. But the fear not, as I'm going to help you drop the truth bombs and get really clear in having these conversations if you have to with a woman, and when to a woman can pay, okay? So here's the thing. While it's absolutely vital to honor a woman's desire for equality and respect in a relationship, obviously, it doesn't mean we have to toss chivalry out of the window, gentlemen, entirely. That's actually far from it, actually. In fact, what my dear client Ryan failed to realize in the midst of his panic is this. Even the most fiercely independent women yearn for moments of genuine connection and, yes, dare I say it, a touch of old-fashioned romance. So listen up, fellas, because here's the golden rule of modern dating, okay? The golden rule. It's not about whether you pick up the tab or split it down the middle. It's about the intention behind the gesture. You see, when you offer to cover the bill on the first date, it's not about asserting dominance or belittling her independence, really. It's really about creating an environment where she feels valued, cherished, and yes, safe enough to embrace her feminine energy within this relationship, possibly with you. Because let's face it, folks, in a world that often demands women to be strong, to be assertive, and self-sufficient, right? There's something undeniably empowering about being able to let go, even if just for a moment, and allowing someone else to take the lead for us. So to all the Ryans out there who find themselves in similar predicaments with women, here's my advice, gentlemen. Trust your instincts and lead with sincerity, and above all else, let your actions speak volumes about the kind of partner you aspire to be. Because yes, pay the dang bill if you want. And remember, guys, whether it's picking up the tab or simply just holding open the door, true equality in a relationship isn't about keeping score. It's about a mutual respect and understanding and a shared commitment to lifting each other up, one chivalrous gesture at a time. But in the beginning stages, when you're courting a woman, a high-value woman, and let's be honest, who doesn't want one of those women, right? The right woman will be a high-value woman for you as long as you're high-value yourself. They're seeking a man who exudes confidence and is comfortable in displaying like the chivalry behavior towards them, because it shows a foundation of attraction. It shows that he's able to secure the time that they're having together and take that approach. And it also lets a woman step more into her feminine. And as you spend time together, she might insist on picking up the tab sometimes, and you can suggest splitting it down the middle, or you taking it sometimes, or just when she does, making fun of it and making fun and lightheartedness about it and be like, ooh, it feels good to have a sugar mama, right? Things like that, and just making a joke about it and making that fun, but also knowing that you hold the standard to yourself of knowing that if I want to be with this woman, I also want to provide in different ways for this woman. That's how the true masculine will show up for a woman. And in fact, it's great to have that mutual understanding and balance in a relationship, period. But when it comes to that pivotal first date, let's say, it's critical to demonstrate your appreciation and your willingness to go that extra mile for her. And even, I'm not saying take her to a Michelin star restaurant. It's about setting the tone for what kind of partner you aspire to be for someone, or who values and respects her and yourself enough to say, I've got this bill because the coffee was great. Now, here's a little nugget of wisdom to keep in your back pocket while embracing this, guys. You know, it's important to remain vigilant for any signs of, I think, exploration. You heard me right? One of the sneakiest red flags that can crop up in a relationship is when a woman begins to expect and demand even that you foot the bill all the time. Okay, so that's why it's important that unless you wanted to pay the bills all the time, that's okay too. I mean, majority of the time, my husband pays the bills, but it's all different in relationships. But when you expect it, it's kind of different, right? I just know, like, when my husband started picking up most of the bills, I mean, we shared the finances. I know he could, we were okay, and this is just what our agreement was. But when we buy our house, we split it down the middle, right? So here's the thing is like, there's going to be things in your relationships that are going to be expected that she contributes to. But if she thinks that everything that you have to do is your contribution only, and she contributes nothing in her own ways, then this could be a red flag. The true rule of thumb, gentlemen, is treat your lady to that unforgettable first date. Pull out all the stops and show her what a true gentleman you are, really, because that's what makes women melt. And don't stop there. Keep the momentum going by opening a door for her every once in a while, offering to give her your coat, right? Having fun on your date, making small gestures that speak volume about, your character, because these are the missing elements, honestly, that are missing these day and age that high value women are craving. But the thing is that too, is it's key to see if she's reciprocating, because a lot of men will do these to women that aren't deserving of it. And if your generosity is not being welcomed or appreciated, then she might be all about the measurements, right? It could be something that can tear your relationship apart. So it's important that you understand that you're investing your time in the right women. And that's why I've also done this channel for you, to actually help you lend a helping hand, right? Like, how does she invest? Does she remember your favorite soda and get it for you? Does she remember your favorite coffee and stop by your office and bring you some? Does she drop off some roses and put some fresh flowers or a nice plant after you've had a 2-week vacation? You come home and you see that she just made your home so nice for you because she had the key during the time that you were gone to watch your dog. I don't know, right? Like, what is she doing that helps bring value to your life too? This is so important, and a lot of men forget that. So I hope that you get that confidence to invite you to the special lady, because I think it's important. If you're asking a woman out on a date, you should be expected to pay. And I think if she's like, oh, I can pay and split down the middle, I think it's okay just you to say no, maybe next time, really. And then you're really saying if there will be a next time. Typically a woman will insist on paying the bill because it's just in her nature and she really wants to, because some women now these day and ages will say, I just want to pay the bill because I don't want to think like I owe him something because this is just too new in the beginning. So really a woman like that will really voice that and kind of talk about that truly with you. But also too, some women are really attracted to a man that's just going to take that initiative if he asked her out on the date. Tell me your comments below. Tell me what you think. I know this is a hot topic and I want to kind of get into discussions with you guys about this. If you're a guy that has a difference of opinion or the same opinion, share the reasons of why. I would love to know, and let's get into a conversation right below in the comments. As always, I'll see you again in the next video. Remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.